Hello everyone. Now in this video I'm going to tie something that's like a third episode in this snowshoe rabbit foot series, and for this purpose I'm going to use I'm going to tie something like this with split wing. So first I'm going to use the hook, which is 900 BL by Tiemco and size 16. Rather small hook, as you can see, but I like those this particular fly. I like it a little bit on the smaller side of the scale. So for the thread, it's again 50-40 denier GSP, which you need to tie properly. So if it does this, it's not good, so you have to do like very nice tight turns using some super glue or using some wax would help, but I'm lazy, honestly. Now for the tailing material, as always, there's cocktail yarn. You want to take out a little bit more fibers than you would do for example CDC fly, because you need more support. You're going to use this one in rather tougher water conditions, so faster waters. I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter, and that's it. Now, as you can see, I'm going forward, and I'll give this fly a little touch of UV purple tinsel. So I'll just attach tinsel over here. I'll go back with my thread. Usually I did this honestly because I forgot to do it on time. That's why the body will be a little bit thicker, but it's still on the thin side. It's okay, not a big problem. So thread, tinsel, cocktail yarn. Now it's time to put some dubbing on this fly, and I like it to be one of the most common colors, brownish, reddish, whatever. So this is hare's ear squirrel, I think a little bit of UV, but mostly it's squirrel, I think. Not sure because I made too many mixes here in this box, so I honestly don't know what I'm using anymore. So as you can see, I'm trying to put rather thin noodle on this one. I don't know about focus here. So rather thin noodle, because it's easier to make a couple of more wraps than to remove the fur from the noodle. I mean, after you tie the fly, the only one who can do that is the fish. So I'm going backwards, as you can see, and I'm creating a taper, and that's it. Now the excess fur on the thread I'm just gonna remove. Now I'm going to reinforce this with my thread, and this is the usual. Someone's happy. So this is the usual way of doing this fly when I'm doing it, but sometimes I want a little bit more, so I add just a little bit of flash, couple of wraps. I mean, it's not just a little bit, it's quite a lot. I mean, maybe it's even half of the body, but still it's there, and it attracts fish. That's the most important part. Now I don't like those things sticking out. As you can see, the body is quite nice, compact, rather rich tail, so it will support our fly. And now the most important material of all, in the best color, I think, it's dark dun snowshoe rabbit foot. So for the smaller side, you can use this back side of the foot, because the hairs are more gentle and shorter. And for big flies, as you can see, you can use directly from the foot, actually from the front part of the foot, because the fur there is coarser and it will support larger flies more easily. So let me just take a couple of hairs from here, Now, because you are doing split wing, you still don't want to use like the bunch too much, like one wing to be as big as you would put single wing here. So one or half wings should be just half the amount you would use on classically tied fly. So take the same amount you would usually use, remove all the fluff, all the underfur. You don't need the underfur, you can use it for the bodies as we saw in the last video. So I still have a little bit more, so let me see. Yeah, I'm removing those longer ones, and I'm twisting them in my fingers because I want to mix them up a little bit. So when I'm satisfied with the shape of this, like so, I'm just gonna remove whatever I don't need now, and like so, and a few more. Just take your time. It's a little bit tricky to take the fur directly from the foot, the exact amount you need. So when you're satisfied with this, like so, just transfer. So hold your dominant hand on the hook, then transfer and don't move anything. With pinch and loop, put your thread between the index finger and the thumb. Make one loop, don't make it tight, and then with second one you make it tighter. Keep everything positioned, don't move these two fingers, and then when you're done you can check is everything okay. Now as you can see, all hairs are above the hook level, which is the goal here, and now we can continue. What I like to do is I like to cut the excess here, cut it by an angle, so you can actually see it's moving a little bit, so you can actually make it tighter, because this material is slippery and I like to make it tight so it doesn't come off when you pull, so you can pull tight. Now go behind with couple of reps, see is everything okay. The length is like on the longer side. I might have, yeah, I think I can make it a bit shorter, and let's see, this should be it. So almost 2 millimeters longer than I was supposed to do it. Now let me see. Now length looks okay, and luckily I got these scissors which can cut almost through anything. Those scissors are amazing, I love them so much. I don't know why I didn't buy them before, to be honest. Now, when you're certain that everything is tight, like so, everything is above the hook level, go behind with a couple of reps just to be there, and then with your thumb push those wings so they will actually fan out a little bit, so you can actually divide them more easily. And while you're doing that, spin them a little bit so they can stay together, as you can see. And now with your thread, go through those wings, making figure of 8 here, just to make them stay apart. Okay, now you're gonna do, don't worry about this momentarily, like you're going to do it with dubbing as well. So for the dubbing, I'm using squirrel mix with some UV, and I promised to one of my favorite Facebook friends to show you guys how to make this, and I'll do it in one of the next videos, because you probably noticed that I'm using it on almost all my flies. So Now you can make this dubbing noodle thick or thin, it's up to you. Just make it whatever. Making figure eights is going to be easier with a little bit thinner noodle, to be honest, because they will not catch so many snowshoe hairs, but it's okay. So when you make this 1/8, then go behind to lift it up, and then go in front to correct the angle of your wings. You want those wings to be like 90 degrees or maybe towards 45-degree angle, but never ever put them too low on the body, otherwise they will look like caddisfly. So correct those angles, and when you're finished, we'll finish your fly. So this fly, as I explained before, well, not this fly, this material is especially good for faster water. This one is not exception, but since I'm using this dark tan color, it can be used instead of CDC, which is quite amazing, because you get all the benefits of snowshoe and almost all the benefits of CDC. Before I saw fish refusing my snowshoe flies, but those flies were with white snowshoe. Now the only thing left is just to take out a few legs from here, so like so, just a few. You can go across the body if you like, and this is it. The reason why I tied split wing is I'm using the same amount of snowshoe fur, but I'm getting more buoyancy here and visually more appealing, more pretty looking fly. So the more buoyancy is because those two wings are having more surface than just one wing which goes upright. If that makes more sense, you are creating more surface tension with your fly when you divide those wings in two sides than with just one wing that goes like this. So two wings are better. For example, if you make spent fly, which would have those flat wings, you could use even less material and make a very buoyant fly. Of course, first time the wave comes over your fly, it will probably sink, but still, you by creating a lot of surface tension, you're creating actually more buoyant fly. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please consider subscribing. You can share this video, comment down below, and hope to see you next time.